Greetings from Travel Knowledge Base. Today we're going to be doing the second video of troubleshooting. The first video was on SIM cards, and we went through that based on one probing question. We can eliminate that. Hey, does your phone have signal? If the phone registers on the network, then we know it's not the SIM card. We can go on to the second step, which is the phone, which can be broken down into a couple different pieces, which we'll go through pretty quickly in this video. The first section of the phone would be the hardware, the hard pieces that you can touch on the phone. So the screen, the electronics within the phone, the hard buttons on the phone, the charging port, things that you can actually touch on that phone. The next piece would be the partitions, and these are the internal software. So when we talk, hey, is it hardware or software? This software encompasses a lot, so we want to make sure that we understand all four sections of this. Within those partitions, within the software, so when we say software, we really mean partitions, and there's four pieces. We mean SD card partition, system partition, data partition, and cache partition. So let's kind of go through and see what each one is, so we know what we're actually troubleshooting. So on the system partition, the first one, this is where the Android operating system lives, where the bootloader lives. So really, you would only be breaking this if you root your phone, or during a software update there's a problem where the base software is not written correctly. And the only way to fix a system partition would be to reload the software through, like with iTunes, you can reload the software through Keys, through LG Suite. Different things like that can reload the software and fix those system partitions where the base software lives. Then you have your data partition. This is where all the data lives within your phone that you create. So it's all third party, what you're actually doing to the phone. It contains all your messages, your contacts, your applications, your settings, any customization that can be done. So a lot can go wrong here, mainly because the data includes any third-party app you download. So anything you're bringing new in the phone can cause a problem based on, is it up to date in your software? Can they communicate well together? So why it matters, it can really be manipulated a lot, and with basic memory maintenance, we can clear out a lot of these data partition problems just by self-educating the customers and getting that email out. The next one is the SD partition, which is your SD card. So either you have it or you don't. A lot of this SD card partition just kind of goes out the window with iPhones, Nexus 5, Galaxy S6, where you don't have an SD card. You don't have to worry about this SD card partition. So you're really only dealing with 3 problems. So we should be glad when we get those phones. It kind of takes a piece out of the puzzle for us. But the SD card typically holds like media files, downloads, applications you've set up to move over to your SD card. And finally, we have our cache partition, which this is frequently accessed data like shortcuts on your home screen, widgets, the home screen like on your internet browser, things like that stored in the cache partition. So basically how that's fixed, you can clear cache from the application specifically. We can wipe a cache partition through mainly Androids. You can go through the application manager or the storage, and then click on cache data and clear that, or you can do the through the hardware buttons as well. Basically, errors in the cache partition is not typical, but a lot of it is really just in the data partition that can be fixed with maintenance and really focused troubleshooting and focusing on those probing questions. So let me kind of bring in a customer issue, and let's talk about what these partitions actually mean for you. So let's say a customer calls in and says, hey, I'm taking a picture and I can't get it to upload to Facebook. Well, what partitions are you actually using within that call? Well, let's go through it. So when you take a picture, you use the default camera, so that's in your system partition. Then that camera uses the SD card partition to save the picture. Your phone uses the cache partition when you click on the Facebook icon on your home screen. So there's the system, SD, and the cache. And then it's using data application because you have your Facebook application stored on your phone. So it's using all 4 partitions. So we really need to ask detailed questions of, when did the problem start happening? If it happened right after a system update, or when we're doing the operating system update, then we know that, hey, we might just need to reload the software. If it's only happening when we pull up a Facebook, but we can upload the photo to Google+, hey, it might just be in that Facebook data partition, and let's try to work within that application itself and try to fix the problem. The big piece within this phone is to realize that there are different partitions. There's different ways to do focused troubleshooting within those basic troubleshooting questions. So when did the problem start happening, and listen for software updates after I installed this application, things like that. Also, make sure that you're finding exactly what applications they're using to take the picture, upload the picture, for whatever issue. So if you're dealing with like email, what email app are they using? Are they using like a home screen launcher if they're having bigger problems? So there's bigger issues that can be fixed with focused troubleshooting rather than just doing a master reset, because a master reset clears all the data partition, which would fix any application problem you have because you're just throwing an atom bomb on it. So we need to be really focused and make calculated attacks within the phone to make sure that we're actually fixing the right partition and not making a bad customer experience master resetting phones, exchanging phones when there's no hardware problem where they would actually need a brand new phone. I appreciate you watching. The third video will come in and we'll talk about some network issues. But remember, if you have a signal, it's not the SIM card, and ask a lot of questions to figure out which partition you're actually dealing with between SD, system, cache, and data. Thank you.